Have you lost a family member to overdose? For me, I have lost a family member in 2020 due to overdose. Um, since COVID 19 and quarantine, the rise of the opioid epidemic was absolutely significant. It was terrifying how many lives were lost due to the epidemic. According to PubMed, from the time from 2019 to 2020, there was a 32% increase in deaths due to opioid poisoning and overdose. That is a significant amount. That is nearly half in over a quarter increase. That is absolutely terrifying. And I'm going to discuss two causes as to why we saw this happening. According to PubMed as well, the rise of deaths was due to increased stress levels due to the isolation, loss of mental health, changes in the purity of drugs and the pattern of drug use, people being locked inside of their doors, pretty much being stuck between four walls was emotionally draining on these people. This was a global pandemic. Everyone all across the world experienced what these people were going through. And it is absolutely terrifying. Like I said, I myself lost someone in 2020 due to overdose, and it's something that I will never forget. These people were resorting to solutions that may or may not have been correct, but it was because of the circumstances. According to Opioid Epidemic in America, they discuss how physicians are the reason and at fault for this opioid epidemic. They're saying that doctors are unwitting culprits who help the nation's drug overdose epidemic. Doctors, physicians, all types of medical staff, they are so quick to prescribe drugs. Someone comes in with a headache, they're so quick to prescribe an opioid for a headache, or they're so quick to prescribe medication. Someone comes in with depression, they're so quick to prescribe antidepressants rather than addressing the issue at hand. Also, due to the global pandemic that took the world by surprise, no one knew how to address this problem, this situation. It was something that was so foreign to everyone, and that no one was prepared for what was to come. And I think that's a big cause of why the death toll went up so significantly. So I'm going to talk about two solutions. One solution is that the Department of Health and Human Services providing a total of $3.15 billion to prevention and treatment services. I think that is a great idea, because I think with the right money and funding and people being pushed to go see therapists and go see psychologists and go seek the help rather than going to physicians and getting prescribed medication for something that doesn't need medication is a great solution. I think that's a step in the right direction. We need to stop resorting people to taking antidepressants and people to taking drugs. I think the issue needs to be addressed at hand, and that is we all went through such a scary time where we were stuck indoors, and I think with taking that into consideration, I think if that was looked at and understood, I think that this wouldn't be as big of an issue. Another solution, according to American Progress, they published an article in September of this year, very recently, discussing how there is a medication called naloxone, I believe I pronounced that correctly. It's believed to reverse opioid overdose, which in my opinion, I don't see how using a drug to reverse the problem caused by a drug would be such a great solution. But I do think if it's able to save a life, then it is a solution at the end of the day. I think that is a step, like I said, in the right direction. If we can see how this medication can treat and reverse an opioid overdose, I think that is something that that could save so many lives. And I think the 32% increase in deaths could be cut in half. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that taking everything into consideration about opioid epidemic and solutions and causes. Thank you so much.